Alright, here we go. Okay. Alright. We got this. We can do this. This isn't bad. This is doable. This is totally doable. We are going to open all these records. It's gonna be amazing. I'm really excited. Alright. Hi. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Too Many Records live stream. The biggest live stream of all time, possibly. As we get into this, I am going to let some people trickle in, and then I'll tell you guys how this is going to work, and then we're just going to dive in. And it's going to be awesome. So we're going to let the theme song play. We're going to start building some momentum. We're going to build some hype. This isn't bad. This is doable. Alright. Alright. I told you how when you're near me, my body's okay, alright, this is awesome. 91 people, this is fantastic. What's weird is that there's a lag between what I'm looking on the screen and what I'm seeing in my encoder, so I'm gonna get used to that. Yeah. Alright. But this isn't going to be the music for the stream. There's going to be no music as soon as the song is done. I'm just giving it a little bit. Actually, yeah, we're just going to keep going with this a little bit, and then, yeah. So, this is awesome, guys. I'm so stoked that everyone's in here. This is crazy. I'm super happy. Okay, cool. Let's just get through this song. While the song's happening, I'm gonna share some information for you guys just for the live stream, just so you know. How this is gonna work is, I have budgeted roughly 2 hours. First super chat of the stream, Sean McManus. What's up, Sean? Nice job, loving that. That's gonna come into play in a minute. So, how this is gonna work is I budgeted 2 hours. There's a lot of records to get through. And Q&A will happen, but it might have to wait till the end. If you want to talk to me and ask a question mid-live stream, you know how to do it. Alright, let's fade the music out. Let's fade the music out. And by fade out, I mean... Alright, music is off. That was just a little taste of Vermilion Club. As you guys know, TMR2 is currently waiting on the test pressings. But let me just get through some housekeeping first real fast. Like I was saying during the music just now, there won't be Q&A during, at least not intensely, but there will be Q&A if you super chat. So anyone that super chats, I will stop what I'm doing and answer your question because I can see it really brightly in the corner. Otherwise, we'll save Q&A for the end. Let's try to keep everything to what we are actually talking about in this live stream. So, a couple more things. There's going to be 2 giveaways and a merch deal. I just wanted to share that with you guys before we get started. The merch deal is, and Adam's going to drop the link in the chat, we have some amazing TMR merch. We have a dad hat, we have this great super comfortable shirt, and we have an enamel pin. Anyone that bought, thank you Travis, double super chat, love it. Anyone that buys during this live stream, so in the next 2 hours, anyone that buys a shirt or a hat will get a free enamel pin with it. And the enamel pins are incredibly nice, like embossed TMR logos. You can see them in the store, which Adam's going to drop the link for. So anyone that buys in the 2 hours will get the free enamel pin. As for the giveaways, there's enough people in here to share what the giveaways are before we get started. So the giveaways are, the person with the highest super chat total at the end of the live stream will get a copy of the long sold out TMR1 Fort Vine Stay Magical, super out of print. They will get a copy of that and a mystery record for my collection that I promise will be worth, it'll be worth it based on whatever the value of that super chat ends up being at the end. So that's going to be incredible. I look forward to seeing who wins the super chat war, should there be one. Jay Nelson came in with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Jay. Amazing. The other giveaway is actually going to be a little more accessible if you don't want to spend any money. There's a lot of records here. These are all the records that I have received in the 5 months that I've been moving and waiting to get my new place situated. Room tour coming soon. But there's a lot of good stuff in here, and I'm sure some of you guys own some of these records yourself. So if you own a bunch of the records I'm about to show off, and I'm going to cut together a highlight reel on Wednesday for the Wednesday video that you guys can refresh your mind of what I had. If you own a bunch of these records, take a picture on Instagram and tag it hashtag Too Many Records contest, and the person that has the most records in this pile is going to win a TMR prize pack. So anyway, let's just keep going. It's time to start opening records. Saying, okay, that someone's saying the live stream's dead. I hope not. Is mainstream's fine? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna assume it looks pretty good on my end. It says the stream health is fine, so let's get started. I don't know what so many of these are because I've forgotten. Oh yeah, one last thing. If there is a grail, I'm gonna look down and see what they are beforehand. If there's a grail, you will know because you'll hear. That's right, we have a grail horn. So, grail horns will be there. But let's get started. We got a lot to get through, guys. So, again, if you want to jump in, hit me with the super chat. Otherwise, let's dive in. So, first one is one of my favorite kinds of packaging where, oh boy, where you, there are things attached to it. Is something even in here? No, this was literally just, I don't even know. Okay, but what we have in here is, this is very strange packaging. I opened most of these already ahead of time, but I didn't look at them. I just opened them to save myself some time. All right. So this is a vaporwave record. Go figure. This is an album called Alternate Skies Global Outlook. Wait, I gotta make sure that this doesn't get. Okay, that's good. Alternate Skies Global Outlook. So this is a really fun record that embodies one of my favorite parts of vaporwave, which is kind of like repurposing television sounds and public access type noises. Really melodic still, but definitely a solid album, and I'm glad it got a vinyl pressing. So that is great. Let's keep going. I turned off the air for you guys, and man, it's about to get real hot in here. I can feel it. All right, let's keep going. If by the end of this, I'm a sweaty mess, you gotta suffer for the craft, right? Alright, so this one I had opened, but for some reason, it's not taking. So let's reopen this one more time. Alright. It's 144 people in here, guys. This is a massive, this is the biggest live stream we've ever done, which is very exciting. Okay. Alright, that was a pain in the butt to open. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, this is cool. Okay, so this is an album called Iran, Iraq, IKEA. This is by an awesome band. They're from Sweden, Les Big Bird, or Les Big Bird is probably how you pronounce it. This is just really kind of interesting, psychedelic, proggy rock album from some of the guys that were in Caesar's Palace. Caesar's Palace was a band from Sweden as well that did a lot of kind of mainstream hits in the US, like Jerk It Out and stuff like that. Really catchy. I love them. But this in particular is a really interesting album that's been out of print, and they just did a repress with alternate cover art, and it has this like really nice kind of like gold, which is cool. So yeah, this is Iran, Iraq, IKEA. They have 2 albums. The other album, it still eludes me. I think it's called like We Worshipped Cats or something. But this one's very good as well. So if you like kind of proggy psych stuff, you go for it. All right, we haven't even made a dent in this. We have so much to get through. All right. I see a lot of questions coming in. As mentioned, we got a lot to get through, so I'm not going to be able to answer anything that's non-super chat. All right, so let's see what we got here. Okay, this is something that I've actually been waiting to pick up. I obviously own this record. Y'all obviously know this record. This is the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper. This was their 50th album, and it was, no, I'm totally kidding. This is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, and this is the recent remaster that they did. And I gotta be honest, my original copy is a little beat, and it's not like, it's not the highest quality. It has some pops, some ticks. This remaster and the Animals remaster, they have brought these albums to life in such a beautiful way. I had to pick up the remaster because this is just like, this is iconic for anyone's collection, of course, but this in particular makes the album sing in a way that probably very few other pressings, maybe the Mobile Fidelity and like some of those really, really rare ones. But yeah, so this was the remaster. I had to grab it. If you don't own Dark Side of the Moon, I don't know what you're doing, but you should pick up that remaster. Very good. All right, what do we got here? My ground is going to be a mailer graveyard. All right. Well, guys, you know what time it is. That's right. This is the first Holy Grail of the live stream. Very excited for this. This came all the way from Australia. This is an album by a gentleman named Porter Robinson. This is his famous album Worlds, but the reason this is a grail is because this is the signed copy. This is a signed copy of Porter Robinson Worlds, and it's on translucent vinyl, as I'm dropping everything, but not the wrong things. Okay, so it comes on this beautiful translucent vinyl. If you guys don't know Porter Robinson Worlds, it's technically kind of EDM, but it's not because I don't like EDM. This is, it's a very aesthetic kind of Japanese-inspired electronic emotional journey. And this was a copy that was only sold on Porter's web store right when this album came out, before anyone knew who he was. And fun fact, I actually bought the signed copy when it came out, and I didn't love the full album as much as I thought at first. And I ended up trading it to someone for a different grail. And then I got really into this album afterwards, and I was like, oh no, oh no. So now I have, once again, reclaimed the Porter Robinson signed on translucent vinyl. Definitely a major grail. And I'm glad to have it back in the collection. It's been gone for too long. So yeah, Porter's an absolute genius, and I recommend anyone checking him out. All right. Okay, this was an order. I remember placing this a long time ago. So this is a series of records by that I got on Vinyl Collective, I believe. They had a for sale. The first one is an album that I've been looking for a very, very long time. This is Balmorea, River's Arms. So Balmorea is just a terrific, I guess they're post-rock, but it's way more kind of classical music inspired. Very, there is some ambient aspect. It's kind of like ambient folk, maybe. But this is one of their best albums, and it's incredibly out of print. And it has this beautiful gatefold. This is like immaculate condition, and it's numbered on the back. It hasn't been repressed in a very long time, and it's extremely hard to find for under $100 when it pops up, but I got it for like half of that or less. So Balmorea, River's Arms this is tied for their best album, and the other one probably, I don't know. It's so hard to tell, but Balmorhea. And yeah, it's this album is great. But I also picked up a second record from the same seller to help kind of bring down the price. Because sometimes if you go to like someone on Reddit or Vinyl Collective, they'll lower the price if you get multiple. This is a bootleg of Sigur Rós. So this is Petta Ir Island, which is a 3-disc, I believe, live bootleg from it's a live concert from 2008. And each disc is on a different color, I believe, or this one's black. Maybe they're all black. Maybe. Am I crazy? I thought maybe this has 2 variants. Oh no, yeah, that one is white, and the final copy color. Ooh yeah, final one is this really nice blue. So it's a bootleg, but it actually sounds quite good. I've been looking for it for a little while for a fair price, and this guy had it for sale along with the Balmorea. I couldn't say no. So both of these, great gets. Not quite grails, but definitely exciting nonetheless. All right. All right, let's keep going. A box within a box within a box. What do we got here? So much paper. So many things coming at it. What's going on here? All right. I'm overwhelmed by packaging. Help me! Okay. Oh, I'm gonna start throwing some mailers down there. All right. Well, that's cool. It comes with a signed music sheet. Music, what is it called? It's a... why am I blanking on the name? Music composition... I don't know. You know what I mean. But this is from a company called Materia Collective, and what they do is they focus on video game soundtracks, but they usually get their own composers to either rework them or do things inspired by them. And this one in particular, I got sheet music. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you, Tim. Sheet music. So we have Zelda and Chill, which is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's Zelda-inspired kind of lo-fi hip-hop, and very, very good if you like Zelda, which most of us hopefully do if we grew up around the era where Zelda was a huge thing. But yeah, Zelda and Chill is very, very good, and the guy who did this, Mikel, yeah, it's awesome. But the cooler one, which I'm actually going to open for you guys, is this deluxe rendition of the Majora's Mask soundtrack done by their own kind of orchestra. And this is just, I got to show you guys this this packaging. If you guys ever played Majora's Mask for the N64, you know that the music was beautiful, just like most Zelda games have incredible music. But this, look at this. So this is like a massive fold out, and look, just take a look at this incredible gatefold of all these like children of Termina and like the Skull Kids with the masks and the moon coming down. This is just unbelievably well done. And the back has this spot foil, and I believe the disc itself is, yeah, it's really cool. All right, but yeah, the disc itself is on this like kind of like moon. It looks like the moon coming down to crush everyone in Majora's Mask. So this is really well done by Materia Collective. Continue to be a big fan of all the stuff that they're putting out. Majora's Mask is not an RPG. It is it's like an action RPG. I don't know how you would call it necessarily. Let's see what we got in here. This was a small box inside of a big box. Another boxception scenario. Alright. See, it's eerily quiet without I gotta open this one. Without the music, but I feel like the music would be too distracting for this, and there's too much to talk about, so hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I'm gonna be honest again, it is getting very warm in this room, but I press on for you guys, and by the end of this stack, I might be a mess, but you never know. Oh! That's right, you know what time it is. It's holy MFing grail time, folks. This is a holy grail that this is not the first time I've owned this record, but this is, I'm telling myself now, the last time that I will own this record, because ultimately this is just a record that I've fallen more and more in love with the more I've listened to it over the years. And I thought at first I didn't love it as much as I did, and I think I don't remember if I sold it or traded it. But you know what? This is a record that I think everyone should own if you're a hip-hop fan. This is the elusive 3001 A Laced Odyssey by Flatbush Zombies. Their second album was not as good, Vacation in Hell. It wasn't as good as this, but this is one of my favorite hip-hop albums possibly ever. Ultimately, every single track... I don't know how I can avoid that noise happening. Every single track is terrific, and it comes with this beautiful gatefold, and there should be some interesting inserts in here. Yeah, so it comes with, if you look closely, this is blotter paper. It's all little tiny little, yeah. This is for if you decided that you wanted to go do some illegal substances, you would theoretically use this blotter paper, but for me, it's just going to sit inside of this jacket. But yeah, I absolutely love these guys as MCs. They're extremely talented, and this is it's on beautiful pink vinyl. So this is going to be spun very soon after my turntable gets set up again, because you know what, guys, grails are meant to be spun. They're not meant to sit on the shelf looking pretty all the time. So Flatbush Zombies, if you guys are curious, go on their go on the Discogs for this and look at how much this record goes for. It's crazy, and I've heard that they're not going to repress it. I don't know. It's just one of those things where I had to bite the bullet, and hopefully it doesn't get a repress like the Ghosts of the Great Highway debacle that happened to me a couple years ago, if you guys recall. All right, what do we have here? Does this count as a grail? I'm going to give it a little horn. Just one little horn. This could be a grail for some. Who would I compare them to? Honestly, you can't compare Flatbush Zombies to anyone. They have their own unique sound. So this is a grail that I've always wanted and regretted not grabbing when I could. This is The Strokes' First Impression of Earth, and here's my first hot take of the stream. This is by far The Strokes' best album. I know everyone loves to talk about Is This It? They love to talk about Room on Fire. This album in particular is their most experimental and their most interesting for me. Now, that being said, the regular version of this is not a grail. You can get that pretty much anywhere. But this is the limited Newbury pressing. So, yeah, absolutely beautiful. Ta-da. I did own this once upon a time as well. I think I got it maybe not long after it was released on Newbury, like 4 or 5 years ago. And again, this was one that I think didn't make the cut for some reason. I was like having like a fever dream or something, and I don't know. I got rid of it, but that was a huge mistake. But now I have it back, and this one is not leaving the collection. Honestly, guys, like this whole album. $199. I thought you already had 3001. I did have it once upon a time, like I mentioned, but I got rid of it and I regretted it. I shouldn't have traded it away, and now I have it back. So sometimes you regret the choices you make when you get rid of a record, but yeah. All right, let's keep going. This one is from Chris, who actually watches my videos. He sent me something. I'm not entirely sure. I should know what this is, but I don't know what it is. Let's kind of open this up and see, because I don't know what it is. Looks like a box. Looks like a little box. DJ Gearix. Oh! I know what this is. This is amazing. Oh my god. Hold on. Is this a record weight? This is so beautiful. Oh my god. Are you ready? Chris sent me a custom record weight. Look at how beautiful this is. Guys, this is one of the coolest things that anyone has sent me. If not the coolest. This is, first of all, the quality is so nice. You could put a record weight on your turntable to help increase its connection to the platter. It can help with audio. It can help with fixing slight warps as well. But this is so nice. Yeah, Chris, you're in here right now. Dude, this is amazing. Thank you so much. This is beautiful. And I am going to absolutely be using this on the Clear Audio, and I'll be thinking of you every time. So thank you, Chris. This is beautiful. Very excited to spin with that. Let's keep the train rolling. We haven't even come close to making a dent, and I'm already sweating. So I'm tempted to. Let's take a second break. If I turn the air on, no, it's gonna be too loud. I'm just have to suffer through it. I'm just have to occasionally pat myself. We're fine. We're moving on. All right. What do we got here? Oh, yeah. Okay. I was like, what is this at first? So this is a 12-inch single by 07. 07 is... oh, someone said hit the grail horn for Chris. Is my stream frozen? It looks like it's buffering a little bit. I don't know why it's showing a little buffer, but I'm assuming no one's saying it's not. That's an air horn for Chris. That is grail worthy. This right here is a 07 single, and the only reason I bought it is because on one of the two tracks, Aurora, Jose Gonzalez does vocals, and he did a bunch of vocals on their album The Garden, which, as you guys know, is one of my favorite records that I was hoping would get a repress at some point. So I had to grab another Jose Gonzalez and 07. The chat's gone a bit strange. Okay. Hopefully not. What do we got here? Let's keep it going. All right. So this right here is this is Katie Day. If you guys don't know Katie Day, D-E-Y, she does really cool, glitchy, experimental indie pop. And this album, Soul Sisters, is really pretty. And I grabbed the limited version because she's definitely one that I've enjoyed almost everything she's ever done. And I think this would be a solid addition to the collection. I have to re-listen. I only heard it once when it came out. But yeah, so Soul Sisters is really good. Katie Day. Mark Covington with the super chat. Colored vinyl is beautiful. What do you think? I agree with you. I'm a huge fan of colored vinyl. Colored vinyl for me is very exciting when the mastering is done properly. Ultimately, if it's a bad mastering, it's not gonna be like a good record, whether it's black or colored. But I really like a good colored record, of course. All right, what do we got here? Let's keep going. Oh, this is a bit of a grail. This is a double up, but this is, I guess, we can maybe hit the grail. So this right here, this is the repress. I already have the original, but this is the repress of Late Night Delight, St. Pepsi and Luxury Elite, one of the most cherished albums in the vaporwave community. And this is a repress on clear vinyl. So I wanted to grab both variants because this album means a lot to me. St. Pepsi is amazing. I'm actually going to Electronicon in Brooklyn at the end of the month, and I'll be seeing him do a rare St. Pepsi live set. But this is, yeah, this is an absolutely terrific record, and I had to go with the clear as well. Let's keep going. Looks like this is more vaporwave right here because this is from Neon City, which is a classic vaporwave label. What do we got here? We got Sailor Wave. Is this it? Sailor Wave 2. Sailor Wave 2. So, inspired by Sailor Moon, future funk, a little bit of J-pop-ish stuff. But Sailor Wave is a very incredible entry into the kind of future funky J-pop world of vaporwave. And Neon City has been pressing these and doing cassettes and all kinds of things like that. So another excellent addition. I'm going to start moving a little faster because I'm getting nervous about how many are behind me. All right, let's keep going. Unless there's something really worth talking about, let's move a little faster, shall we? We don't want to be here for 30 hours. Just 2, maybe 3. Oh! Why did I think that Ryan was going to come in hard with this? Ryan Campbell with the superest super chat thus far, hitting me with the 50.00. Thank you, Ryan. You don't even have a question associated. You just said woot, which is fine, but I'm here to answer questions if you have them. Thank you, Ryan. If you have a question now, I'll still answer it because that justifies a legitimate. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Ryan is winning right now. there's still plenty of time for someone to dethrone Ryan in terms of winning the final prize of Fort Vine and the mystery record. So, next up we have Lights, Skin and Earth Acoustic. Lights is a synth pop artist. She's extremely talented, though, an amazing songwriter. I got to meet her at Comic-Con not too long ago, and this is her acoustic version of her last album. I really love her stuff, so I wanted to support her and get that because she's a very sweet human. And, yeah. Let's keep going. What do we got? Yeah, that is the question, Ryan. Where is Mike? What is this? Oh, I know what this is. This is an album by an artist named R. Benny. I'll show you right here. R-B-E-N-Y. He crafts some of the most beautiful, simplistic ambient stuff I've ever heard in a very memorable way. And this is a recent album he just put out entitled something. It's like Echo's Verse. He's super, super good. Actually, if Mike Alexander is here right now, I would highly recommend that you check this out because this is right up your alley. But R. Benny, Echo's Verse, really good ambient stuff. Highly recommended. Don't know a lot to say about this. Someone recommended this to me. It's called Summer Salt. The band's Summer Salt. The album's Happy Camper. And I really enjoyed a couple tracks, and it was like a $5 record on a Bandcamp, so I bought it. That's all I gotta say about that one. All right. Let's do this. So this is Currency and London Drugs Umbrella Symphony. So this is an EP that Currency did. Currency is a rapper I really enjoy, but ultimately he puts out so much material that a lot of it is kind of dreck and a lot of it's very average. London Drugs manages to add some color to this album and makes it kind of feel fresher and feel not like your typical Currency album where he kind of raps about the same things in the same way. And I really, really like the production on here. So this was a really solid record, and I'm glad I grabbed it. Yeah, thank God I pre-cut the mailers. Whew, can you imagine if I had to open all these? We have our first ever UK Super Chat in British pounds. Do I enjoy listening to the Stone Roses? Harvey Moyes asks. I do enjoy the Stone Roses. They're one of those bands that I've enjoyed every time I've listened to, but I don't think I could pick a favorite album, so I should probably listen to them more to get further into them. Alright. This is a band called Lydia, and this is an album called Run Wild. This is an album of theirs from, I don't know, a couple years ago. Kind of good, emo-ish. I don't know how to describe it. It's emotional, swelling, has some rocky elements to it. But yeah, quite good. And it was out of print, and I ended up finding they restocked their web store. Just a reminder, because I don't know if Adam posted the link, but there is a merch deal going on right now. If you buy merch from the store during this live stream, you get a free enamel pin. Just a cool thing. And to remind you guys, the contest is the highest super chat by the end, total cumulatively, is going to win Fort Vine Stay Magical plus a magical record from my collection. So just reminding you guys while it's here. Another Vaporwave, guys. There's going to be a lot of Vaporwave. I got to be honest with you. This is one of my favorite Vaporwave acts, Death's Dynamic Shroud.wmv. This comes with a really nice Obi strip. This album's called Classroom Sex Tape, I believe. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Very good. Very, very catchy stuff. These guys are masters of the genre, and really love it. Alright, let's keep going. What do we got here? This is a little thin guy. A little thin mailer. Hold on. This is a grail of grails. Really. we got Mock Hami and the God Fahim Dollar Menu. So this is, Mock Hami is a rapper that I feel like not everyone knows at this point in time, but everyone should know. He is incredible. Ryan with the 199 69th like. Nice work, Ryan. Thank you. Mock Hami is great. If you guys like kind of that, like, it's like underground rap, but it's super melodic and has incredible beats. This is Dollar Menu, one of his EPs, and this is actually a dope record. As you guys know, I love all the dope stuff. Super hard to find. This is the green variant, limited to 100. And yeah, this, if you guys like hip hop and you don't know Mock Hami, you will really like it a lot. That is a grail. That is super hard to find, and I was really stoked to snag it for a good price on Discogs. Alright, what do we got here? Oh, yeah. Ryan will appreciate this quite a bit. This is Stumbling, Spiderwebbed. Stumbling is a really talented producer. He does kind of like vocal sampling, down-tempo music. And this is an album I've been looking for a while, and I managed to find it. I think this might have actually been a Reverb find, which is cool. I should probably talk about this in a video I'm doing soon about Reverb, but it's on colored vinyl. I'm going to save this one, though, because I think I meant to talk about this in another video, so you're going to get double looks. That's funny. John just posted in the chat, do you ever use Reverb LP? And I literally just talked about Reverb LP, which is hilarious. Well done. All right, let's keep going. This is, I mean, it's not a grail per se, but it's kind of a grail. If you guys haven't heard this record, this is one of my favorites of the entire year. This is Richard Houghton's Music for Drifters. And I have been listening to this record a lot. I mean, everything Richard does, whether it's on A Cosmic Gift or if it's through his own personal music like this one, he's a brilliant guitarist who comes up with these amazing melodies that are sometimes Brazilian inspired, sometimes down-tempo electronic inspired, and he does such great work. This album, I think, is probably his best work to date, which is saying a lot because everything he has done thus far has been amazing. So, I love this record, and I wanted to collect all three variants of it. So they had a clear, black, and a blue, and Vinyl Moon had a blue variant that I slept on, and I was sad, but then they restocked it, and I got an email, and I was able to grab it in time. So now I have, I believe, all three variants of Music for Drifters, which, as mentioned, one of my favorites of the year. These mailers always weird me out. Why do people send them in this? Where do you even buy this? Mike Davies with the super chat. Is the music in Baby Driver Vaporwave? I actually never saw Baby Driver, but I know Run the Jewels is on the soundtrack, so I don't think so, but I could be wrong. All right, let's. I don't get these mailers. I don't understand why anyone would do this to me or to themselves, really. Uh-oh. The mailers are starting to revolt. Alright. Oh, almost slipped right out. A little John Frusciante. Is that how you pronounce it? Frusciante? Frusciante? Frusciante. I do not know how to pronounce his name, but he was the guitarist from the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He also has a storied career of stuff that is very experimental, ranging from kind of lo-fi, psychedelic Syd Barrett type stuff, all the way to like really strange electronic stuff. This is a really sparse recording he did. I think this was his first solo. Yeah, it's his first solo album, Neandro Lades, and Usually Just a T-Shirt. I think that Frusciante is one of the best guitarists of all time. His work on the Brown Bunny soundtrack was one of the more formative musical moments I've had in the past few years when I heard that. It was absolutely transformative. And this is a really interesting album. It's very strange. It's very experimental, but his talent shines through the weirdness. And this, yeah, a lot of Frusciante's stuff goes for like crazy money solo stuff. So one day. We got a Mondo mailer, folks. Very exciting. With Mondo, you know you're going to get a high-quality soundtrack. So, what soundtrack is this, though? I don't even know. Oh, here we go. Silent Hill 2. If you like atmospheric, spooky soundtracks, I mean, this game was, I really enjoyed and was equally terrified of it as a kid. But Silent Hill 2 has a great soundtrack, and Mondo did a really nice pressing. So, yeah. Good work, Mondo. All right, let's get this other Neon City out of the way. Another future funk J-pop thing from Neon City. We got, what is this one? Night Tempo's Fantasy Repress. I believe it's on a clear yellow or so. Just another good. If you're in the mood for kind of sugary J-pop, which sometimes I am. Guys, how am I going to get through all this? I might have underestimated this. I think I got to speed up a little bit. Just a little bit. Not too much. All right. This is something I've been waiting for a long time. Do we have any Stereolab fans in the house? Because Stereolab just went and announced a reissue campaign of every single one of their albums. And I was lucky enough to grab the Obi Strip versions of both of these. So Mars, what is this one called? It's such a long name. Mars Audiac Quintet and Transient Random Noise Bursts with Announcement. Their names are crazy. But Stereolab is unbelievable, kind of French, just... I don't know. If you haven't listened to Stereolab, I feel like they're the kind of band that anyone could appreciate. My favorite album of theirs is Emperor Tomato Ketchup, which is probably most people's favorite. If you like, I don't know, their biggest album per se. But I'm on a mission to collect all of these represses. If I can grab these cool Obi copies, which are numbered on top, which is awesome. Grab these two Obis and. Yeah, Stereolab. If you don't know Stereolab, the singer, she is just the smoothest voice. Very loungy at times. But yeah, Stereolab rules, and it's definitely worth revisiting if you haven't listened in a while, like John just said. All right, let's keep going. I could use another grail. This one's a minor grail for me, but it's not like a massive grail for like the world, so I'm not going to necessarily announce it as such. But this is one of my favorite albums by Arms and Sleepers, which is a band that went from a purely ambient band all the way to kind of doing trip-hop, hip-hop type stuff now, many, many years down the road. This is just a really good electronic record, Swim Team. And this was one of the only records of theirs. This is, first of all, Swim Team by Arms and Sleepers. This is one of the records that got me into them. So if you want new music that's like really good, danceable, kind of like interesting electronic music, this is definitely one to look for, beat-driven stuff. And then I've been waiting to get it on this gorgeous translucent blue record, and there are only 100 copies of this, and I've been holding off for a good price version of it. Stalking Discogs pays off, because I reloaded one day and it was the first thing on there for like $30, which is crazy, because it usually goes for like $80, $90. So I grabbed, now I have the elusive Swim Team. Very exciting. Alright, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Speaking of trip hop, did I just say trip hop before? I did, because this is Heligoland. Is that how you pronounce it? Heligoland by Massive Attack, one of UK's proudest exports. Massive Attack is known for their albums Blue Lines and Mezzanine as their biggest ones. They're trip-hop stalwarts, and this album in particular is an underrated one in my opinion. I would put it up there, at least in moments. I'll put it up there with the best of the best that they've ever done. And what's cool, I don't know if you can see, is that this has this like textured glitter on the jacket, which is a really nice touch. I love when records do that kind of aesthetic thing. Part of the reason I love vinyl, as you guys know, is a lot of them are like art pieces, and they're very pretty to look at and display, and also have this kind of it's just a whole cohesive piece, and it brings me closer to the music. So ultimately, Massive Attack is super good, and yeah, I wanted to grab this reissue, and I found it for a good price. I think this was also a Reverb LP find, so again, shout out to Reverb for killing the game consistently. Alright, I think I know what this is. Anytime you get a big box like this, it's not a pizza, it's a Pearl Jam. And Pearl Jam, I've been waiting for this. I got it at Record Store Day, but then I had to double dip because you know me. I got the Pearl Jam live at Easy Street, which is a red vinyl exclusive for the 10 Club. Now, this was slightly disappointing for me as a big Pearl Jam fan because this concert, if you can tell here, was madness. I mean, I wish I could have been there. But they only picked 7 songs. It's more of a sampler than it is, I don't know, like a full... They should have done like a vault release like they do, where they do full albums that are like 4 sides of live music. This is just 1 disc, 7 songs, but I'll take what I can get. Any live Pearl Jam on vinyl is a win. And there might be another live Pearl Jam on vinyl somewhere in here that's worthy of, you guessed it, the Grail Bell. Alright, let's keep going. This flimsy package from Amazon Japan did not inspire confidence when I carried it over. I thought that this canceled on me. I thought I got an email saying that this canceled, but apparently it did not. Krang Bin! Krang Bin is everyone's favorite meandering psychedelic guitarist drummer combo doing some of the best instrumentation work anyone has done right now. They are unbelievably talented, unbelievably catchy and laid back, and this is a compilation of some of their early EPs pressed onto 1 disc. I think the only way to get this was at Fuji Rock Festival in Japan, or something, maybe it was like a store in Japan, I'm not sure, but Amazon Japan had some copies for sale. I got one, I thought it was canceled, but this, if you don't know Krang Bin, they are absolutely amazing. And I've never even heard these EPs, I'm just going off the merit of their 2 records, which I got into way too late. It's these 2 right here. I got into them way late in the game, and never too late, though. That's the beauty of music. You can always discover things later. And what I love about doing this channel is that I can show you guys some cool music, hopefully that you enjoy, and that you can get into even though it's, after the fact. Alright, so here we have another really solid kind of lo-fi hip-hop beat-based project by Brock Berrigan called Point Pleasant. This was pressed on Chill Hop Records, which if you guys are familiar, Chill Hop does a lot of really good compilations of what they call Chill Hop, which is basically lo-fi hip-hop and beat tapes. So this is a really good record, Brock Berrigan. Very good. Very good. And I think this is more, I believe this is more from Chill Hop, because I think they did a restock of some of their best stuff, and I panicked thinking it was going to sell out. So I placed 2 separate orders, and I was like, can you guys combine shipping? And they were like, no. I was like, alright. So we got Playtime by a band I'm never going to pronounce right. Lendesis? I don't know. And then another by the same artist. So very, very talented. I think, go figure, French. I feel like there's been a lot of French albums so far, but really good lo-fi hip-hop. All right. Let's keep going. Oh, the mailers are falling. Okay. The mailers are falling everywhere. Hold on. All right. Here we go. So this was something I actually discovered on Sly Vinyl recently, and I picked it up because it was beautiful. Slow Attack Ensemble, delay music. This is also, I might have recommended this to Mike Alexander actually, but this is really good experimental ambient stuff. The guy who is behind this, he has a couple other projects. And yeah, I don't know. It's good. I don't have a lot to say. I really enjoyed it when I heard it, and I thought I had to add it to the collection. All right, now this rainbow one. I don't know what's happening here. Oh, I do know what's happening here. This right here is a psychedelic band called Raptor. They're from oh man, I forget. They might be from New Zealand or Australia. I might be wrong, but basically, this guy reached out to me from this band, and he said, "Matt, I know you like psych rock. We just put out this record, and ultimately, I think you'd like it." So I gave a listen to the music, and it's super good. Like, honestly, if you like King Gizzard and you like psychedelic porn crumpets and some of those, like, you know, Aussie-esque psych bands that you guys are into these days, as well as myself. And it's on green vinyl, I believe. Let's take a look at the record real quick, if I can open it. But yeah, I was shocked that I loved it so much. A lot of times people send me stuff, and I'm just like, it's not really for me. You know, like, either it's just, like, kind of generic or kind of, like, I've heard it before. But these guys added some really nice life to the psych rock scene, and I think this is a worthy addition. So if you guys like psych stuff, check out Raptor, Escapism, and it's on, yeah, really nice Raptor green vinyl. So shout out to them. Those guys are very talented. I hope they come to the US so I can watch them rock out. Alright, this live stream is going to be longer than anticipated. I'm going to start moving real fast. What is this? Oh yeah, some of these records I have to talk about in a different video, so I'm gonna have to put them down temporarily. I know it's like very mysterious of me, but I have some other videos in the pipeline where those are gonna be the focus of. So let's see. Okay, so this is obviously a classic, Sum 41 All Killer No Filler. And I've been waiting to find this pressing for a while because apparently, although it's supposed to look a little strange, this is one of the best sonic versions of the album. It sounds really good. So it's this like cool, actually no, it looks awesome. Whoa, it looks way cooler in person than I thought. It's like this really nice clear with wisps in it. But yeah, Sum 41 All Killer No Filler is a formative album from my growing up, and I think it's pop punk brilliance. Everyone's addressing how many records are still here. Oh my goodness gracious! I guess I'm talking too much. I'm gonna start showing them off, and if there's something really worth talking about, we'll talk about it. Let's keep going, because right now there's just far too much for me to get through in this time frame. Don't forget, guys. Right now, Ryan is winning the super chat battle. I don't know if anyone will dethrone him for the prize. There is a prize at stake. Yeah. Don't forget you can super chat. So this is actually very cool, and some of you who are RPG fans or Super Nintendo fans are going to be extremely jealous of this. I cannot give very many details, but this record came out, and it is a bootleg, but it's extremely high quality. This is the soundtrack to Secret of Mana, which was a Squaresoft RPG back in the 90s for Super Nintendo. And iconic soundtrack. I'm a huge JRPG fan, as you guys know. And this stuff is just, it's very, it's appealing to me on a nostalgic level because it reminds me of a specific time in my life. But people went nuts for this release because it comes on these beautiful pink and green discs. And unfortunately, I'm part of a kind of a special group that has access to these to buy. And the guy who runs it, for obvious reasons, doesn't really want to get a lot of information about it out there so he can continue to put out high-quality stuff. So this is a really, really good record. And really stoked that it got the vinyl treatment. Like, unbelievable. And a great job from this guy, too. He puts out a whole bunch of really good stuff. All right. Speaking of Aussie... Did I not open this boy? I did. Fishing for Fishies! This is the King Gizzard Fishing for Fishies. Came out earlier this year. And ultimately, what is going on with my hair? Ultimately, it wasn't my favorite King Gizzard album. I ordered it on faith because I love pretty much everything else. And it's a good record, but it's not like amazing. And it's not as memorable as I thought it would be. So I'm glad I own it, and I hope to kind of spin it more and maybe I'll fall more in love with it as time goes on. But ultimately, not the best. And I still haven't heard Rat's Nest. You guys are dragging me right now for talking. Yes, there's going to be a TMR 3 and TMR 4, and they're both already confirmed, and they're both amazing. So, all right. One of my favorite albums of the year, Tycho's Weather. Tycho went in a different direction with this, and he added Saint Sinner as a vocalist, and she's amazing, and I love this record. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. And this is the Dinked version, which is limited numbered, hand-numbered apparently. Where's the number, though? I don't know, maybe it's inside. Either way, obviously love Tycho. This is a cool one as well. Ooh, a very minimal cover. I didn't even think there was a cover, but if you look closely, there's a swirl. This is from Anjuna Beats. This is Above and Beyond's Flow State. So Above and Beyond is it's kind of a progressive trance band, but they do really, really pretty EDM, and I'm a huge fan of them. And this is something that was a little different that they did. It's kind of music that would accompany maybe yoga or something kind of like reflective and relaxing. I heard a couple tracks and I was blown away. It's exactly the kind of music I like when it comes to like ambient stuff. So Above and Beyond, Flow State, come to this really nice packaging. And Juna always does a good job with their stuff. I knew Ryan would be into the Above and Beyond shout out. All right, what do we got here? Oh, this is a throwback for anyone that ever listened to Gus Gus versus T World. Really interesting, kind of like 90s. Did it come out in the 90s? 2000. 2000s kind of like trip hoppy type stuff. Gus is great. Again, not too much to say about Gus, so I'm going to move on. Oh my goodness gracious. Look how many more records, guys. Look at this. This is wild. So we're going to have some Vinyl Me Please in this pile without a doubt. Oh, this came out really beautifully. This is the Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix release they did. I have the most limited version of this, which is on white vinyl. It's pretty hard to come by, but this is one of my favorite albums. I mean, Phoenix is great. I really love Alphabetical. It's never been like this. It's never been like that. I think that's what it's called. And this album, all three are stellar for me. And they did this really nice kind of like silver shiny cover with this. I'm wondering how it sounds. I don't know if it was remastered. I think it might be. But yeah, really good record. Really good record. Let's keep going. We got some more Vaporwave that I'm not going to spend too much time on. Vapor Greatest Hits, Jeff Cardinal, one of my favorite artists in the scene. And then another one of my favorite artists, R23X, who does kind of video game inspired Vaporwave. Good stuff. Definitely good stuff. Oh man, I just got Pink and Blue from Tycho's new album stuck in my head. Nathan Haney with the super chat. Ever order from turntablestore.onshopbase.com? No, I can't say I have. I've never heard of that store. But you shouldn't ever feel afraid if a site lets you pay with PayPal, because you can always get your money back if there was any issue. Oh, that's weird. That I just said before I opened this. I said that I got Pink and Blue stuck in my head from Tycho. I forgot that I double dipped on the Tycho record, and this next one I grabbed happened to be, again, Tycho Weather. So this is Tycho Weather. This is, I think, the blue variant from his web store. And I got a shirt with it, although they sent me the wrong size shirt. They sent me an XL. Are they calling me fat? I didn't order an XL. This is massive. This is too big for me. But, alas, I will contact their web store and get that fixed, hopefully, because I want to rep a Tycho shirt. But yeah, that's a little unfortunate. I was looking forward to wearing that. Such is life. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. You guys having fun? This is fun, right? I've been waiting to do this for literally months, so thank you guys for humoring me and coming and joining me. Someone just asked about this in the Too Many Records Facebook group. They're like, do you own this? And I was like, I will soon. I managed to find an analog, what is it called? Analog, what's the name of this? The company, Analog Production, Audio Fidelity. I thought it was Analog something. Audio Fidelity pressing of Blade Runner soundtrack by Vangelis. This is considered supposed to be one of the best sounding pressings just that exists. Ultimately, very, very good movie. I mean, very strange movie, but I really like it. But this pressing done by this label is incredible, and they have I got the red version. I remember specifically where I got this. I got this from End of an Ear in Austin, and yeah, red vinyl, looking sharp, sounding sharp. Blade Runner, Vangelis. All right. How can there still be more? No, how can there still be more? That's the real question. So this is a band called The Main, and it is You Are Okay, which I think is their latest album. And I got a signed copy from, there's this random store, I think it's called like Music Record Shop, maybe, or something. I get emails from them, and sometimes they have artists come through and sign like 10 copies. This is one of those copies. I really like The Main, really solid indie pop with like an emo kind of tilt towards it. So really good stuff if you're into that. Oh, guys, are you ready? At the 1 hour mark, we hit, that's right. That's right. I think this could be the rarest, most powerful record in my collection. This might be the best record sonically. This is probably the best pressing, the best art, the best concept. I probably should stop collecting records completely, and I should probably just listen to this for the rest of my life. It is a greatest hits album, but how do you even pick the hits based on how great all of this is? I present to you Kids Bop, greatest hits. This is today's biggest hits, sung by kids, for kids. Now, I'm talking, we got Happy, we got Uptown Funk, we got Party Rock Anthem, we got Shake It Off, we got Call Me Maybe, we got Thrift Shop, we got Gangnam Style, we got Moves Like Jagger. That's what I love. I love seeing little kids talk about moves like Jagger. Definitely not. What does the Fox say? We got Bills? Is that like the Bills? No, that must be different. Take a look at this beauty right here. Kids Bop greatest hits. Finally, my record journey has ended. I've done it all, and now I can stop. I can stop collecting records. This is it. Let's get a grill going. I'm not even going to explain this. I'm not even going to keep talking about it. I'm just going to let you guys think on it. Let's move on. All right. Let's keep going. Oh, actual grail though. Hold on. This is a real grail. This is something that I've been wanting to grab for a while. This is Linkin Park Meteora, their second record, and the final record that I thought they were very good. Everything after that was not for me, but this was an important album for me growing up, and I still fully appreciate this record. The reason it's a grail is because this is the limited version on gold vinyl. So this is super hard to come by, and I managed to snag it for like an insanely good price on Discogs. So I couldn't resist. So Nathan, sorry, you keep asking if I got your super chat. I thought I responded to it. You asked if you ordered from Turntable Store. I did respond to that, and I said I have not. Yeah, this is just a great record. It's awesome. And if you don't know Meteora, get with it. Alright, so what are we doing here? Alright, we got a big order from everyone's favorite, Newberry Comics. Alright. Travis, that is adorable. You should get a shirt for your 8-year-old as well. Alright, Newberry Comics had some kind of like a sale not too long ago, and I took advantage, and I picked up some ones that I had been slacking on for a little while. I grabbed Big Red Machine, limited version. I think it's on red vinyl. This is a combination of Bryce Dessner from The National, Aaron Dessner from The National, Justin Vernon, and a couple other people. They did this really interesting album together. I first loved the song that they did on my favorite vinyl comp, which is Dark Was the Night. It's an amazing indie comp. And now they did a full album together, which is great. Then, if you guys are Jason Molina fans, Magnolia Electric Company, this is their exclusive they did on Baby Blue vinyl. Jason Molina, rest in peace, is one of the best songwriters of all time. And if you haven't heard his project Songs Ohio, you should definitely listen to it. But Magnolia Electric Company is just such a good album. It's so good. And then I didn't own this, shockingly, The Shepherd's Dog by Iron and Wine. I mean, this is easily top 2 Iron and Wine records, without a doubt. And then finally, I got the limited... I didn't know they did a limited version of Sunlandic Twins. This is one of my favorite of Montreal records. So I kind of jumped in. I had to do it. I had to do it to them. There's starting to be piles all around me, and I'm trying to be like conscious of it. All right, what do we got here? This is one of those ones where the bubble wrap is extremely tricky to navigate. I'm not going to open it because it's a pain right now, but basically this is an album, The Off Days Couples Skate. It's an album by 2 of the guys from Cunning Linguists. It doesn't involve No, who did their beats, but Cunning Linguists is one of my favorite hip-hop groups, and this is kind of like a soulful album they did. Really good. Alright. I think my body is acclimated to the heat in the room now. I've stopped sweating so profusely. Alright, this is a cool one. So this is my boy Pad Chennington's first album, Contrast. I thought it was Contact. Let me say that again. This is my boy Pad Chennington's album, Contrast. Pad Chennington is the Vaporwave valedictorian on YouTube. He makes a ton of awesome video essays about Vaporwave. Perhaps we will work together at some point because I just moved to his city now. So maybe we can do something which would be fun. But he is not only a critic of Vaporwave and an analyst, he actually makes his own music. And this is a really solid album featuring a ton of really heavy hitters in the Vaporwave scene. Featuring Cat Corp, Enmesh. Yeah, just a really solid debut record from Pad. So good work. Alright. I don't think I'm ever going to buy records again after this. That's a lie. Oh, hold on. This could be a grail. I think it's a grail. Let me just double check if this is a grail. This is heavy. Oh, wait. Is this something I sent to myself? This is a record I sent to myself. I was like, I own this already. This is Pearl Jam 20. You guys have seen me talk about this. This is one of my rarest records. I sent this to myself from my old place, and I forgot that I had it in the pile. All right, Pearl Jam 20. Unbelievable record. And that's why I was like, I know this record. It was very, very uncanny for me. All right, let's keep going. Another grail, kind of. Minor grail. It's not worthy of the bell. This is Bad Bad Not Good and Ghostface Killah, Sour Soul. Bad Bad Not Good, amazing jazz guys. They do a lot of hip-hop inspired jazz, really talented kids, and they worked with Ghostface Killah on this record. And gold vinyl. So it's the limited version of it, which is very cool. Very stoked on. I'm like, it's hard for me to process all of these records. Like, I'm so excited about so many of these, and like, it's hard. There's so many that are happening that I'm gonna have to sit after the stream and go back through them and be like, oh, it's hard to, like, you know, it's just it's overwhelming. Really, this is like the craziest Christmas ever. Let's keep this going though. This is one that I ordered. I'm trying to remember. Jordan Rakei, Origin. Really good kind of like R&B singer, and it's a signed copy. Yeah, don't really want to say about this one, but good record. You can take a face wipe break. Hold on. Alright, we're back. We're back. Some more really solid hip-hop from FXKP Rap. FXCK, close. FXCK really good label. This is an album by Napoleon the Legend and Gallo Point called Coup d'etat. Really good. And then this one is another record of Chris Crack, Being Woke Ain't Fun. These are both really good, just underground hip hop records that I found myself listening to a lot. Good stuff. All right, let's power through, guys. Halfway through, a little over halfway through the stream. Let's just remind everyone there are two types of giveaways we're doing. The first one is for the highest super chat total over the course of the entire stream. Right now, Ryan is winning by a landslide. They're going to win some cool prizes. And then the other giveaway is something I will post more details about on Instagram and Facebook. But it's basically seeing who can match the amount of really good records that I have in their own collection. We also have a merch deal where if you go to the Big Cartel site and you get some merch, you will get a free enamel pin with any shirt or hat order. And all my merch is awesome. It's not like... My merch isn't like Teespring made to order garbage like so many YouTube channels do. This is like all limited edition, high quality stuff. So if you want to rep the channel and wear a really comfortable shirt in the process, now is the best time to do it because you get the awesome enamel pin with it. This is something I've been waiting for a long time. This is the deluxe version of the absolutely incredible album I Am Easy to Find by The National, which is their most recent record. I love this album. Every time I listen to it, it gets better. This is the deluxe colored version, and then this is I believe the Cherry Tree exclusive version, which was exclusive to their fan club, which of course I'm a member of. They're my favorite band. I can't say enough positive things about this record. It's just so good. It's just so damn good. I feel like I need to readjust how I'm displaying some of these. Hold on. Hold on. This isn't gonna work. Okay. Guys, there's so many stacks of records and I'm starting to lose places to stack them. Okay. Alright. Alright. My favorite track off of this is actually the titular track, I Am Easy to Find. It's a pretty perfect song. if I had to be honest. All right, I think I bought myself a little more space. All right. How are we gonna get through this all, folks? Plantasia. I almost bought an original press of this for $200 because I thought there was no chance this would ever get repressed. And something in my gut was like, no, you'll find it cheaper one day. Literally 2 weeks later, the repress was announced, and it's complete, like, wide release. This is the Vinyl Me Please exclusive version. I think I got 2 versions of it. This is limited to 500. This is one of the coolest Moog synthesizer. Moog. Every time I say Moog, it's supposed to be Moog. M-O-O-G. It's music for plants to help your plants grow, but it's just really, really beautiful Moog records. This is probably the best Moog record I've ever heard. So Plantasia is great. Then I got this classic, incredible bongo band, Bongo Rock. Long time awaiting a limited version of this. I mean, this is one of the most sampled records of all time. And what did I get? This was the Method Man that Vinyl Me Please did. And, oh, I was so stoked to see that George Ben was the Vinyl Me Please record of the month. George Ben is one of the best Brazilian musicians of all time. My favorite part of Vinyl Me Please is that they're really promoting Brazilian music a lot. And that's great because Brazilian music is almost always incredible. So, alright, so let's keep going. There's more grails to be had in here, guys. There's more grails. That's for damn sure. Oh, here we go. Okay. Kid Cudi, Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying. I think ever since Kids See Ghosts, it reignited how much I love Kid Cudi. He is just such an incredibly talented singer, songwriter, and this was his most recent record, and it's a very good aesthetic record. It has a lot of kind of like psychedelic long jams on it, but it's kind of hard to find, and I got lucky on Reddit. Someone sold it for like 20 bucks. It usually goes for like double or triple that. So really good. Yeah, you guys saw that Milo. This is actually not for me. This is for my buddy. The guy who was selling, I own this already. The guy who was selling Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying had a copy of this for sale. And my friend doesn't have it because I think it's out of print. So I grabbed him the Milo record too, which is so good. All right, let's keep going. Guys, this is insurmountable. Insurmountable. But we're going to surmount it together. I don't know much about this record. It's by an artist called Maru Mari, but apparently it's Tycho cites this as one of his influences. So I picked it up on Discogs for like $2. I think it's IDM, but I plan to listen to it and dissect where Tycho heard some of the things that made Tycho Tycho. This is one that I actually listened to and I really enjoyed. I listened to it on Spotify. This is Flamagra, which is the new Flying Lotus record. Featuring Anderson .Paak, George Clinton, Little Dragon, Denzel Curry, David Lynch, Tierra Whack. Lots of great people on here. This is a really cool psychedelic journey. But yeah, this is a pretty solid record. Not his best, but definitely worth listening to, worth probably owning as well. All right, we keep going. We keep going. This is another video game bootleg situation. And this one really spoke to my heart. This is the soundtrack to Super Butoden 2, which is a Dragon Ball Z fighting game for the Super Nintendo. And I used to play those on emulators and ROMs all the time in like 5th and 6th grade on my computer. This was one of them that I really loved. My favorite Dragon Ball Z game was actually Legend of the Super Saiyan, which I would love to get the soundtrack for on vinyl. That's super nostalgic for me. But some video game bootleg label decided to press this, and anything Dragon. I'm a huge DBZ fan, so anything DBZ, I'm kind of hooked in on. That was an easy grab. Oh my gosh, this is. I think I might have too many records. All right. How am I doing? How am I holding up, guys? Do I look like I'm a mess? Because I feel like a mess a little bit. The lack of air right now is disastrous. There should be some air in here, but I'm suffering for you guys. You're welcome. All right, this one looks like it's going to be hard to get out. Hold on. It's a little bit of an issue here. All right, here we go. Some of you might laugh at me for this, but you shouldn't. This was my first CD I ever bought as a kid. And honestly, I stand by it. This has some of the best pop songs of all time. That's right. It's Backstreet Boys, Millennium. I love this record. I think I Want It That Way is one of the best love songs ever. And ultimately, this album just is, I mean, it's just full of so many great tracks. This is the only BSB album I think I would ever want. And it comes on a really cool colored record that matches the cover really nicely. If I can pull it out. There we go. Yeah, that's cool. This was an Urban Outfitters purchase, but I didn't get it from their site. I actually got it on Discogs for cheaper than Urban Outfitters had it on their site. So, yeah, underrated album. Ryan, come on, don't be so mean. Don't be so mean to it. It's a great record for if you like pop music, which I do. I lost you here. Chris, you called it? That's awesome. Another Vaporwave. Mist. There's so much Vaporwave. I feel like I probably, over the past 6 months, overdid it on the Vaporwave just because there's a seemingly endless supply of it. Alright, let's get back to the good stuff. Like this right here. We got our first box set of the whole stream, folks. I don't know why it's packaged like this. Does anyone know the band Archive? If you don't know Archive, you should add them to your list because Archive, this is heavy. Archive is I believe, British band, and they've been doing kind of like rock, trip hop, genre-bending music for over 2 decades. And this is a compilation, a retrospective 25th anniversary. If you guys, I mean, like, Archive is one of those bands that you probably have never heard if you didn't seek them out, but then you'll realize they have like 5 or 6 incredible albums. And this is a really nice compilation. So if you like Archive, or if you don't know Archive, this is a great place to start. This is one of the heaviest box sets I've ever felt. I feel like I'm getting a workout just holding it. But yeah, Archive rules. All right. Yeah, who's hating on Boys to Men right now? That's just rude. That's just rude. This is something I'll be talking about in a future video. Okay. What else we got? Nice. This is Illuvium's Piano Works. As you guys know, I talk about Illuvium quite a bit. Illuvium is one of my favorite modern classical piano-based ambient artists. This is his latest album. I've actually been waiting to get the record to listen to it. This is everything he does is beautiful, and this is a piano-heavy album, hence the title Piano Works. Comes with a bonus disc. Love it. What do we got here? This is, for me, this one's definitely a grail I've been searching for quite some time. One of my all-time favorite production duos is a group called Blue Sky Black Death. They make extremely lush sonic soundscapes, and they broke up, unfortunately, but they had a bunch of albums before they broke up. I've managed to track every single one down on vinyl except this one until now. This is Late Night Cinema. This has been long out of print, and it probably won't get a repress. It's just such an absolutely beautiful record, and I have been waiting for it to pop up for a good price for literally years. Yeah, Miles, Noir. Noir is incredible. Noir is my favorite Blue Sky Black Death record, but this is just like, it's beautiful. And I've been waiting forever to find it for a good price, and I finally did. So, very excited. One of my most exciting records in the whole haul, probably. I know I don't sound excited because I'm overwhelmed by the amount of records in here. Sorry you're late. Can I start over? You didn't see the early ones? You're going to have to wait for the recap, man. As mentioned, guys, I apologize if I'm not responding to the chat. I just have a lot to get through, as you guys can see. And I mentioned before, if you want me to answer a question succinctly and specifically, you have to super chat me. When you super chat, I will see it in the corner of my eyes, and I will be able to answer it to the best of my ability. All right, another lo-fi hip hop by Les Indices. I still can't pronounce it. I still can't, and I'm not gonna try. It's one of the most satisfying feelings. It really is. All right, who's a fan of Hum? Hum, lo-fi, kind of shoegazy rock from the 90s, 1997. Hum is terrific. And this is Downward is Heavenward, which I think this is... I missed out on the first pressing. It sold out super, super fast. And this one... This one is the blue version, which is the limited version they did after the initial press. So I'm actually kind of happy that I missed the original. This one, it's such a good album. I think Do You Prefer an Astronaut is probably my favorite of theirs, but this one is a close second. Definitely not about to pull out an Ed Sheeran record, I'll tell you that much. I think I might have to move some of these mailers to make more room. Give me 1 second, guys. There's literally just like a mountain of mailers here. It's getting out of control. It's chaos. It's absolute chaos. I'm just chucking mailers like it's the shot put over here. All right, hold on. All right, moving some of these over here. All right, we have just cleared another lane. We're good to keep going. I did not order this, but this looks pretty sweet. This is... I didn't order this. Someone must have just sent this to me. This is Black Sabbath live in Oakland, 1992. I truly don't know. Guys, for the people that are still harping on the Kids Bop thing, that was obviously a joke for the stream. I don't enjoy Kids Bop. I don't know why I even have to say that. Black Sabbath live. Let me see what songs are on here. But it's Dio. It's Dio vocals, which is fine, but I'm more of an Ozzy guy. War Pigs, Master of Insanity, Paranoid. I don't know. This is fine. I don't know if this is exactly my cup of tea, but it's kind of cool. Done by Roland Records. Cool little gift from them. Let's keep going. Just throwing boxes. So this was a sale that I think it was deep discount. I posted about it in the TMR. Jeebus, I need to wipe my face again. Oh my god. Whew, it is getting warm in here. I posted about this deal on the TMR page. I believe it was like some crazy sales, like under $10 for all these like $20, $30 records. And I picked up a few. I picked up pretty much everything by This Mortal Coil because they're an awesome 4AD compilation involving people from Cocktail Twins and some other really good projects from that era. Jay Nelson, $2. Explain why you bought Kids Bop. I mean, if you want me to take the magic out of it, I'll give you the backstory because you super chatted me. I had it on my want list on Discogs as a joke because it said like 10 people had it and like 150 people wanted it. And it popped up one day for like $11. Someone was selling a brand new copy of it. So that was around the time I knew I was going to be doing this stream. So I bought it to make that joke during the stream. I'm obviously not going to listen to Kids Bop, and I will probably give it away as a joke giveaway at some point. So that is the less fun story of the Kids Bop whatever. Moving on. Also picked up the Westworld Season 2 soundtrack, which has a whole bunch of really good covers of famous songs like Runaway, Seven Nation Army, Heart Shaped Box, Painted Black, Cream, lots of good stuff. Another This Mortal Coil record. This sale was amazing. What else did I get? Oh, this is David Liebehart, which is the Tim and Eric guy. Super strange. I didn't say Cocktail Twins. I said Cocteau Twins. And then this is Apples in Stereo, Velocity of Sound. So I got all of these records, like, total, like, for this many records, it was like $50 shipped, which was, like, an insane deal. This Mortal Coil records go for, like, 20 a piece, usually, if not more. So that was really fun. Alright, let's keep going. So, I'm going to be honest, this album blew me away when I heard it. I'm not a huge fan of David Crosby. I think he's talented, but his new album, which is entitled Here If You Listen, I heard it and I literally thought it was Copeland. It was so beautiful and lush, full of harmonies and female voices, and just, I thought that this David Crosby album was from a new artist that came out in the past 5 years, but no, this is David Crosby from Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. He's been around for literally ever making music, and now he's decided to work with these incredible people, Becca Stevens, Michelle Willis, and Michael League, and they just came out with this amazing record. And if you like kind of like harmony-based music, definitely listen to this new David Crosby record because it shocked me. It absolutely shocked me with how good it was. Leo says, Mortal Coil is not a compilation. No, it's not a compilation. I think I misspoke. It is a compilation of artists from 4AD that fused together to make kind of an in-label supergroup. So that is what I meant to say if I wasn't clear about that. I'm talking about this one later. Sorry, there's a couple that I have videos planned for, and I can't spoil them yet. You'll have to just bear with me on those. What do we got here? Oh, perfect, yeah. As you guys know, I love Kishibashi. Kishibashi is violin pop virtuoso genius. He makes some of the prettiest songs ever. And this is his new album, Omiyari. And I love his return to form. His last record was a little not great for me. Something about it didn't stick with me. Sonderlust, it was called. It felt a little too like disco inspired, like he was straying from his like pretty violent folk roots. This goes directly back to that. This reminds me of his first album, 151A, but just albums down the road, more experienced as a musician and as someone who creating his own albums, and it's very, very good. So I highly recommend this guy. Big ol' rip. All right. This is exciting. I actually haven't heard a single track from this, but based on the merit of these guys, I have decided that I needed to buy it no matter what. This is Bad Books 3. So Bad Books is the combination, if you can't tell by this picture, it is half and half Andy Hull from Manchester Orchestra and Kevin Devine from Kevin Devine and the Goddamn Band. And the two of them have 2 albums, now 3, as Bad Books. And they make some of the best kind of like rock music. It's just rock that has like kind of a softer indie edge to it, but the two of them, I love their voices and I love their songwriting. So Bad Books 3 promises to be just as good, I'm sure. If you guys like EDM, again, I'm not a huge EDM fan, but sometimes it wins me over. This is Justice Crosses, or Cross, it's just called. I remember hearing, obviously, DANCE is a really, really good track that everyone knows, but when I first heard Waters of Nazareth, the sound coming out of the speakers blew my mind. And this is just a really good kind of electro album. Yeah, this is, it's just good. It's just worth listening to. And someone on Reddit was selling it for $10 shipped. That means that record cost me like $7 sealed. Like, you gotta realize, like, some of these I buy because the deals are just insane. Like, I wouldn't spend $25 on that Justice record, but for $10 shipped, yeah. All right, let's get some more of these over here. Let's kind of swipe these over here like this. All right. Looks like we have another Neon Indian record. Neon Indian, what am I talking about? Neon City. I'm starting to lose my mind. We theoretically have this live stream's gonna go over 2 hours. I can just feel it, but we're gonna try to get it as close as possible. This is Sailor Wave 1. I showed you Sailor Wave 2 earlier in the chat. This is the first one, and it was, I believe, a repress, possibly on color, or no, maybe this is a picture disc. I think it was a picture disc. Someone said I'm not showing every record coming out of the boxes. As I've explained, there are some records that I am doing videos for in the next couple weeks, and I'm going to be debuting those in those videos, so I didn't want to waste time on this. Only a handful, though. Good eye, Joel. There was a Tycho dive in there, but it's not for me. I bought that with the Justice record for a buddy of mine because he needs to have that in his collection. So there's no reason to waste time on a record if it's not mine. What is this? Oh, this, you're going to get excited about this, Ryan, if you're still in here, Ryan Dye. This is 36 or 36. I don't know how it goes. Ego Death. Really, really talented ambient artist. I'm a huge fan of what he has to do, of what he does, and ultimately a lot of his stuff is out of print and hard to find. But I got lucky, and on Facebook, he had some leftovers of this album, Ego Death. And, yeah, very good record. And a little droney, a little ambient, but ultimately very good. Oh, my Sufjan shirt came in. And my Love Yourself. So this is the Love Yourself with your whole heart. Anything Sufjan does, I'm in for, of course. This was a 7-inch. I'm not a huge fan of these songs. They're a little more kind of electronic than folky. But I'm curious to see. Ryan with the super chat. It's pronounced 3-6. Thank you. I needed that. That schooling. 3-6. I know you're a huge fan. I'm having trouble opening this shrink. So this 7-inch has different colors and it was randomly dispersed. Do we want to have the chat guess? Let's have everyone guess what color this was. This one is. I did not. I'll spoil it for you. I did not get the limited edition European version that was like a rainbow color or something. It was just too expensive, and I honestly didn't love these songs enough. But what do you guys think this is? It's one of the colors of the rainbow, I believe. Man, this is packed so tightly. I'm using this so gently, and it's still a pain in the ass. All right. I'm gonna either cut my finger or cut this. Oh my gosh, how is this packed so tightly? All right, hold on. I honestly feel like I'm doing surgery right now. If you guys could see how close I am to all right. All just to see what color it is. Oh my gosh, this is like, I think I might have got it. Okay. All right, we have freed it. Oh my god, you guys exploded this chat. All right, folks, take it easy. Take it easy. All right, so the color is, as all of you guys have made your guesses, it's still not ready. Okay, almost. All right, you're free now. The color is purple! Who said purple? Who said purple? Let's go up. Patrick, Charles, Strange Viper. You guys are the winners. You don't win anything in particular. But I'm actually really excited this is purple because I don't own a single purple 7-inch as far as I know. So that's pretty sweet. Perhaps when I listen to it more, I will like it more than I currently do. We will see. Let me see if I can make some more space out here real quick. All right, let's keep going. This is embarrassing. Did I triple dip? Did I triple dip Tycho? Apparently I triple dipped on the Tycho album because I'm obsessed. But this one's signed by Scott, which is really cool. So this is the clear version signed by Scott of Tycho's new album, Weather. If you can't tell, I love this record. Sometimes you gotta triple dip. I talked about these guys earlier in the chat. This is Psychedelic Porn Crumpet's latest album, and now for the whatchamacallit. This is a really good psych rock band. I put them in the same league as King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. It's just, if you like psych rock and you're not listening to the PPC yet, you need to get on them. And this is their latest record. I had to support them. Really good dudes. Guys, we're getting kind of closer. This one's not a grail per se, but it's definitely a hard-to-find record that I've been really excited to add to the collection. This is Dead Can Dance, Into the Labyrinth. Yeah, make sure I got that right. Dead Can Dance, Into the Labyrinth. And as you can see on top, this is a Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs pressing, which means it's going to be one of the best sounding records on my collection. And when I play it on my clear audio, it's going to absolutely blow my mind. I have no doubt. They do some of the coolest atmospheric, tribal, ambient, soundscapey work of any artist in the history of music, I think. Dead Can Dance is such good background music. It's such good focusing music. It really, it fits so many different genres, and there's no bad place to start. So if you want to get into Dead Can Dance, this is a great one to start with. I also recommend Spirit Chaser, which I have over there. It's also a MoFi. But yeah, just marvel at this for a minute. Very cool. Man, I ordered that back in like May. It's been a long time. No, March. All right. Let's see what we're unhinging from this. Oh. That's right, guys. The Grail alarm has gone off. This is absolutely a Grail, and I'll give a quick little backstory before I get into it. I'm going back on what I felt when this first came out. This is an album I really, really love, and when this album came out, the band put it on their web store for like $80 or $90, and it's a long-awaited repress, and I was super frustrated because I didn't want to pay that for this record. And I was like, maybe it'll get a repress down the road. Years later, it still has not gotten us a third repress since that repress. And someone was selling it on Vinyl Collective, and I purchased a couple records from them, and I got a discount, like a bulk discount. I ended up probably paying the same amount that I would have paid to the band, but I didn't really want to support that practice from the band. Anyway, I'll stop talking. This is Mute Math's first album. They're self-titled. Just some of the best, catchiest drum heavy rock music, indie rock. I love the first 3 records by this band. A little bit of blues influence at times, but they just crush it live. The singer's amazing, and the drummer is the standout from the whole band. But ultimately, this album, the big single, was called Typical. And beyond that, every song holds its own, and it's one of my favorite records, and I've been listening to it for over a decade. But unfortunately, the cheapest copy online is like almost $200. And it's not looking like there's going to be a repress anytime soon. So I had to go ahead and snatch it when I found it for a good price. But yeah, definitely a grail without a doubt. Oh my gosh, alright. How am I going to get to all those ones in the back now? This was a recent repress. The Proto-Men. The Proto-Men are it's a rock band that does kind of like video game music inspired rock. This is inspired by Mega Man music, but it's its own album. Yeah, I love this band. I like Act 2 quite a bit more than Act 1, but Act 1 still holds its own, and it's on a really cool red and blue split, I guess, for Proto Man and Mega Man. So that was a cool repress, and I felt like I had to grab it. Hold on, let me see if I can start grabbing some of these and moving them towards the front. Let me just casually slide over here and just move some of these real quick. Let's try to. All right, now they're slightly more accessible. Okay, guys, the mailers over here, if you could see, it's just crazy. All right, let's do a little rip and dip. All right. So right now, for the record, Ryan Campbell is by far the winner of the Super Chat battle. There's been a lot of awesome people that have hit me with $3 Super Chats here and there. But Ryan is currently winning with $50. If anyone wants to win the contest, they're going to have to top $50. You are going to get a copy, if you win, of Stay Magical, the Fort Mine record that I pressed. Currently going for like $80+ in the aftermarket, so which is crazy to me. But just to give a heads up that the contest is still happening. It sure is. So this is the new Injury Reserve record. So Injury Reserve is a hip-hop duo, I believe. Very much in the vein of kind of Death Grips, Run the Jewels, kind of like high-energy, aggressive hip-hop. And I like the album. I haven't heard this one enough to have a full opinion, but their first stuff has been really good, and I feel like this one will grow on me just as much, hopefully. This is another kind of grail. Let's give it a little grail noise. Little grail noise. If we have any Comtrues fans in the house, do we? Anyone a fan of Comtrues? This is Fairlight, which is this person told me that they put it in sleeve to prevent PVC issues. They did not. They lied. PVC sleeves like this, by the way, guys, if you don't put it inner sleeve, it can absolutely cause damage to the records. It can like press onto it and cause abrasions. So be very careful with these. But this is Fairlight, which is a 4-track EP that Comtrues did, and he has said on multiple occasions, including to me in person at one of his shows, he's never repressing this. Very good track, some of his best stuff, to be totally honest. And if you like synthwave, Comtrues is just like top of the top for me. So Fairlight, Awesome. Glad I grabbed it for like a fraction of what it goes for. Let's see what else we got. So this was something I regretted not buying on Record Store Day, and I ended up finding it on Reverb for, I think, cheaper than what it would have been at the store. But this is the soundtrack to I Am Sam. If you don't know, it's all Beatles covers, and the people that cover these songs are such top-tier, amazing artists. We got Amy Mann, Sarah McLachlan, Rufus Wainwright, The Wallflowers, Eddie Vedder, Ben Harper, Ben Folds, Stereophonics, like, it goes on and on. Like, Granddaddy, Nick Cave. It's just such an amazing, amazing soundtrack. I don't know why I passed on it at Record Store Day. Probably because I had way too many other records in my cart. But basically, I regretted it and I made up for it. This is essential. And as Scott just said, you know I bought it for that Eddie Vedder, You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. One of my favorite covers, for sure. For sure. All right, guys, we're getting closer. We got 9 minutes till the 2 hours, but we're gonna go a little over, folks. We're gonna go a little over. One of 3 in this pile. Finally, Doves repressed their albums that were out of print. Doves, just unbelievable kind of indie pop from the early 2000s. They pressed all 3 of their records on colored vinyl, and apparently numbered too. Yeah, numbered on top, which is rad. These have been out of print for a very, very long time, and all 3 of them are just really great albums. I feel like this isn't my favorite of the 3. I really like this one, but I think the other 2 are better. All 3, though, I think are essential, and they were huge albums for me back in high school and early college. So Doves finally repressed. If you hadn't heard, they're back. I'll be pulling out the other 2 albums somewhere in this pile over the next 15 minutes, I'm sure. All right, so let's keep going. All right, these are awesome. Shout out to Zia Records for actually fulfilling these for me. These are the 2 Sigur Rós records that were supposed to come out for Record Store Day, but they got delayed. Variations on Darkness and 22 Degrees Lunar Halo. They're just, I think they were like accompaniments to dance pieces, I believe, but it's Sigur Rós, so without a doubt, it's a must-have. Sigur Rós is obviously one of the best bands ever. And I think everything they touch is fairly gold. So, yeah. This is going to be an interesting one, folks. I don't know if I trusted this seller on Discogs, and we are together going to decide whether or not we hit the grail button or we get mad and get our money back. So what's happening here is I purchased sealed from a guy in France what he is claiming to be the limited version of one of my favorite records, Flamingosis, Bright Moments. He said he's confident he knows that he purchased the pink version. It's sealed. There's no real way to tell. And I have video proof now in case it is not the one that he promised, and I'm going to get my money back. Because he was selling it for significantly less than the actual price of the pink version of this that goes for like $90 to $150. He was selling it for like 60 or 50, but he said it was pink, so let's open it up and see if he's telling the truth or not, because if this is the black version, guess who's going to PayPal and getting his money back? It's gonna be me. But let's have faith, let's hope, let's see if it's grail worthy, because if it is a grail, I will press the button. I'm gonna pull it out, look at it first. Let's take a look. He didn't lie. Sometimes people can be cool. This is the Flamingosis Bright Moments pink vinyl. This is just one of the best. Like, Future Funk is just killing it these days, and this is one of the best Future Funk albums that's out there. This is extremely hard to find. I think that it was like 100 or 200 copies on Pink when it first came out, and it is so difficult to find a good copy from, like, because most of them are overseas and they go for like over 100, like I said. But I definitely hit the jackpot with this, which is awesome. So very exciting. I've been actually thinking about that one for a long time. I've been like, okay, so it's red technically, but if you hold it up to the light, it's more pinkish. It's supposed to be pink like the flamingo. I believe this is another Doves. Guys, it's pink. And sometimes records look different when you're not holding it into the light, folks. Another Doves, The Last Broadcast. Yeah. Caught by the River is such a good track. Yeah. Another Doves record. And there's probably one more hiding in there as mentioned. What else we got? Oh! This is a grail that I've been hunting down for a long time. And again, this was a lucky Discogs find. Sometimes you look on Discogs and you see stuff and you're like, I can't afford it. I don't want to pay that price. One day it'll pop up for something more reasonable. And this time I got super lucky and I got this for a very reasonable price. This is Pearl Jam Live on Two Legs. This is considered to be one of their seminal live albums. Very out of print. Goes for absurd amounts of money. The track list on this is just so good. Some of my favorite songs are Corduroy, Gimme to Fly, Hail Hail, Go, Off He Goes, Nothing Man, Do the Evolution, which is one of their best live songs, Black. It's such a solid performance and such a solid live album. And man, it was just like, I couldn't believe it popped up for the price it did, and I don't remember what it was, but it was at least half of what the average price on Discogs. And I bought it so fast, and I thought that the guy would. Sometimes you buy a record on Discogs, and they're like, you buy it, and then they realize after the fact that it was too low, and they're like, oh man, I can't find it, which sucks. And I thought that was going to happen to me, but no. Finally, I am one step closer to having a full PJ discography. The biggest thing eluding me is, of course, Benaroya Hall, but. One day. This was another extremely cheap Reddit buy. This was $10 shipped. Glass Animals. There's How to Be a Human Being. It's the limited blue version from Vinyl Me Please. I always wrote off Glass Animals. Oh, Travis with the $2 super chat. Hey, if you keep doing those $2, you might inch your way up to Ryan. You never know. It's easier to part with when it's in slow chunks. I always wrote off Glass Animals as a band that I thought was like an Alt J ripoff. And I sat down and I listened to Zaba. I was like, this is such a good album. So I haven't heard the second album yet, but when someone was selling the limited version of this for $10 shipped, I took a chance on it because it goes for like, I don't know, 20, 30. Quit primping your hair, brah. Sorry, dude, you're not the one on camera, so don't tell me how to live my life. Alright, let's keep going. So this is a Hammock. Hammock is one of my top ambient artists. Up there with like Sigur Rós for that kind of level of I don't know, just atmospheric bliss. And this is an EP they did, and I was waiting to find one of the cooler versions because there's like 9 different colorways for this, and this is one of the coolest ones, I think. It's like this really cool smoky purple. So yeah, I had to grab it because it came up. This almost never pops up because there's so few copies of all the variants. I think there's like 50. Copies of each, or 100 copies of each. So yeah, Hammock rules. If you guys aren't on the Hammock train yet, get on it. All right, let's do another. Yeah. That's the thing, Scott. I have so many bands that are my favorite and like my top bands, and I'm working on this series for the channel. If you guys haven't seen my posts on the Facebook group, I'm trying to do my top 100 albums, and that's going to be coming at you guys sooner than you think. And in the process of making that video or making that list, it has been so difficult realizing how many albums I consider like 10 out of 10, and that just means there are a lot of really beautiful albums out there, and you know, there's a lifetime to listen to them, which is great. But Final Doves, Some Cities, I think this is my favorite of their albums. But yeah, I got all three. The Doves, classic indie, finally back on vinyl. Right, let's keep going. We're getting closer, guys. I can't believe the journey that we've been through together. All right. This is another Dead Can Dance, but this right here is a bootleg. It supposedly sounds very good. I got it based on the description of it sounding good from a couple people on a forum. But this is The White Wind. It's a collection of rare and unreleased tracks. If you heard me talk about Dead Can Dance before, how I said there's no real bad place to like start or finish, you can go anywhere with Dead Can Dance because they really haven't done anything less than good. Most of it's great. I don't know any of these tracks, but I'm really excited to hear them. And apparently it's on colored vinyl. So more Dead Can Dance. Yes, please. Yes, please. All right. What do we got here? Are you guys exhausted? I'm exhausted. You guys, I feel like I need a nap after this, but I got to clean up this room. This is one that I'm talking about in a video. Apologies. This is cool. This was a cool Discogs get. So this is Tell All Your Friends 10. I almost dropped it. This is Tell All Your Friends 10. This is basically the acoustic version of Tell All Your Friends, the first Taking Back Sunday record. And it's signed by the full band, which is great. It was basically the price that it goes for on Discogs, except the guy said, signed by the band in the description. And I was like, what? So I went to buy it, and I was like, can you send pictures? And it's actually signed by everyone, which is great. So this, I mean, Tell All Your Friends is an excellent pop punk record, and the acoustic version is arguably even better at times. I really love it. All right, guys, so we're at the 2-hour mark, but we have one more row of records to get to. Let's just power through, right? Like, we're here. Let's just keep it going. I'm going to try to bring some of these closer. Let me just... there's some big boys over here, too. Some big boxes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're losing boxes. Avalanche. Avalanche. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Okay, we're back. This looks like, oh. Oh, this is awesome. So Richard Houghton, I told you I was trying to collect all the variants of Music for Drifters. I purchased the clear one from his web store, which was his variants. There was a black, a clear exclusive to him, and a blue exclusive to Vinyl Moon. Richard sent me this, and he said, Matt, I already miss you. Hope you're having a great time in New York. Thanks for all your support. Very kind of him. And he included this incredible 7-inch that he did. Guys, look at this. Look at this. Just, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's like, it's textured and holographic. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Richard does consistently the craziest stuff I've ever seen with vinyl, and he included one of these super rare sold out 7-inches because he's the truest homie, and I love that dude. He's amazing. So, thank you, Richard. I'm so happy to support you in your music as long as it keeps being as amazing as it is. And I'm really excited to have that 7-inch now because I have almost all your other 7-inches, as you know. And gotta keep it complete. Let's keep going. What do we got here? The scary part is I feel like there could be like 7 inches hiding in some of these mailers, and I'm just gonna like throw it out accidentally. This is this is an album by Crime Apple called Perfect 3. Crime Apple is one of my favorite underground rappers right now in the scene, along with West Side Gun and Benny the Butcher and Conway. Really, really good. And then this one is an album, Luca. Luca's the artist, and Chicken Wire is the record. And also very, very good. I'm starting to lose space. Oh! I was looking down, and I look up, and I just see this bright red, this giant red banner. And I look up, and Mike Alexander, who has been suspiciously quiet through this whole live stream, just hit me with the $99.99 super chat. Ryan and Mike historically have been battling super chats in my previous live streams, and I thought that Mike was going to concede and let Ryan wear the crown tonight. But as it turns out, Mike has put his head in the ring, and he's ready to headbutt Ryan right out of the ring with that $99.99. Mike, do you even have like a question I can answer for that? That is an absurdly generous super chat. I feel like I have to at least give something back. Wow. It's amazing. But there's still so many records to open that you never know what could happen. This is crunch time, folks. Did I forget to open this one? What's going on here? All right. If you guys are OGs of the channel, you'll remember that I showed off a record that had a piano inside of the jacket. It was like a very early Damn It Sandy video by a band called Owl, or Owl. And this was an EP they did, the St. Nick EP, I believe it's called. Nope, that's wrong. It's called I've Seen Colors. And what mattress did I buy? Good question. I know that's on everyone's mind. I went with a Sealy medium hybrid that I bought on Wayfair, and it's not bad so far. It's okay. I don't mind. It's soft, but not too soft. It's fine. Ultimately, I think it was an okay deal. This right here is a really, really amazing EP by Owl. And I have the original lathe cut of it that's limited to like 40 copies. And this is, I think, on red vinyl. I don't know if it's a lathe or if it's pressed, but it's only, I think, another 40 copies of it. So very few of these exist, but very good record. This is one that's definite grail for me, so you know what that means. That's right. It is a little album by a little man. He's not a little man, he's an awesome man, named Jose Gonzalez. It is veneer, but this is not the traditional pressing of veneer. No. This is the very coveted blue vinyl pressing. I feel like now I'm just sweating even more. I feel like the flames in here are just absurd. Wow. Is it getting hot in here, or is it just Mike and Ryan burning this place apart, just burning this live stream to the ground with their generosity? Okay, Ryan, thank you. Very, very generous of you. I don't even know what to say. I'm like nervous to see like where this might escalate to, but obviously very grateful still. I lost my train of thought. I didn't expect to see that. for those that are watching this recap video and they're not watching the actual live stream, Mike and Ryan are going back and forth sending hundreds of dollars. Pretty much. The super chat war has begun! So what is that? I think that makes Ryan at 150 and Mike at 200. I think. If I'm wrong with those counts, let me know. Wow. I think the Mike Alexander and Ryan friendship is my favorite part of Too Many Records. Not even with the money, just the fact that they've formed this bond over being financially irresponsible to support me, which I appreciate greatly. Okay, this isn't even as cool as it was gonna be before. Now I was gonna do this big reveal, and then you guys stole my thunder with your awesome, generous. Anyway, this is the blue version of Jose Gonzalez Veneer, which is one of my favorite albums of all time. I've been tracking this down for a long time. The issue with this is a lot of them had problems with the PVC that it came with. So it came in this like PVC sleeve. But this guy was smart, and when he purchased this record, he put it in a different outer sleeve because he knew it would damage it. So I actually got one of the few copies of this record that was properly cared for. And hopefully it sounds as good as it should, because this is a sparse, beautiful, beautiful record. Oh no! Oh no! Ryan's now realizing that the war has truly begun. Oh boy. I'll let the war kind of start simmering as I continue to get through these. I can't believe it says it's 185 people. I'm so stoked that you guys are still here for this. One I'm showing off later. Oh, I know what this big boy is. This is wild what this one is. These continue to be some of my favorite. I love the best part about the super chats are all the people in the chat being like, "What is happening?" I wish I could say this was the first time, but this has become an ongoing joke. I guess not a joke. I mean, it's an awesome way for people to show support, and I really appreciate this. But Mike and Ryan tend to consistently sling super chats at each other, and it's hilarious. It's awesome. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys this real quick. Oh no, I don't want to rip this beautiful sticker. I think I have to. I don't know if there's a way to get it off without ripping it, which is fine. Trust fund babies. I mean, I don't think trust fund babies are, I mean, I know Mike in person. I know him, and he's certainly worked very hard for his life. I don't think he's a trust fund baby. I don't know Ryan as well, but I'm assuming he is also a very hard worker. So this right here is this incredible... I'm going to try to keep talking about records, but I feel like this is heavily derailed in the best possible way. This is Spangle's But Nothing Lasts, But Nothing Is Lost. One of the most deluxe record packages I think that exists. The amount of spot foil on this, and just it's so beautiful, and inside amazing trifold. Spangle's one of my favorite psytrance bands, and this is probably tied for my favorite album of theirs. They've been doing these deluxe reissues of every record as they're going through their catalog, and yeah, this is absolutely exciting to own. I own all of them thus far. Yeah, I think Mike is down 2 cents as far as... I've tried listening to Ott. I couldn't get into it the way that I like Spangle. But I've tried listening to Ott. It wasn't necessarily my thing. It's not techno, it's psytrance, so it's psychedelic trance music. Oh, we got other Ryan jumping in with the spotlight. Someone on eBay is selling a copy of Aphex Twin Drugs, and they've cut 5 inches off the box? What? That's crazy. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? All right, Mike Alexander slinks in with the topping Ryan's mountain. This is like, I feel like there needs to be someone doing a play-by-play, but I also still have a substantial amount of records to open, and we are 15 minutes over what I initially said. But thank you guys for sticking with me through this. This is amazing. So this right here is, if any of you guys are video gamers in here and you've heard of the game Persona 4, this is another video game bootleg where, oh my goodness, Ryan! Guys, save it for the end. Guys, it's like an eBay auction. You have to snipe it at the end. Although I guess I don't mind if it keeps going. I'm gonna laugh my way through the rest of these. This is just impossible for me to keep a straight face on. This is Persona 4, the soundtrack. It is a bootleg. It is on colored vinyl. If you don't know Persona 4, it's an awesome RPG, and it has like kind of like really jazzy, funky riffs. And there's Mike Alexander with the $9.99 right there. You guys are wild. Hold on, what's going on here? Ryan, you're a madman, dude! You're a madman! Ryan, I don't even know how to... I don't even know how to... this is going to be such a funny recap video to cut, because the first 2 hours are going to be me being just sweaty, trying to like talk about records. And the last hour is going to be me just cracking up, just unable to speak about the records. I'm going to start moving kind of fast at this point. This is Guster ganging up on the Sun. Finally, they repressed it. One of my favorite records. I love this band, and it's on orange vinyl, which is great. About damn time. All right, what else we got here? $50. God damn it, Ryan. Another video game bootleg, folks. This is Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. The video game bootleg scene is really taking off right now in such a beautiful way, and there are a lot of high quality projects coming out. This is obviously amazing. So if you, I'm obviously a Zelda fan. We talked about Zelda a lot earlier in the stream, but that's long sold out. But it's the soundtrack to The Wind Waker. All right, what else we got here? If you guys could see the amount of mailers. What do we got here? Oh yeah, this is Static Selector Mahalo. It's like tropical instrumental stuff. Static Selector is an amazing producer, and this was the limited version. Number 8. Oh, that's a low number. Number 8 out of 300, which is cool. All right, guys, we're powering through now. Not just because I realize that I'm losing 30% to YouTube. It's unfortunate, but it's funnier to have it show up in the chat because, I don't know, it's great. Another video game bootleg. I'm in these groups that are like very heavy with the boots. This is Super Donkey Kong 2, which is awesome. As I'm dropping things. Yeah, I mean, you can't always expect... You never know when Ryan and Mike are going to really come out in force. So it's hard to it's hard to look at it and be like, this is the day I'm going to set up a separate stream donation thing. But either way, you know, I appreciate whenever anyone super chats, whether it's $1 or it's $100. I mean, it's very generous of anyone that wants to support what I do on YouTube. This was another grail. Let's hit the grail alarm. Hold on. As I'm trying to make sense of the world around me. Right here, we have Kid Cudi Satellite Flight, the Record Store Day album that came out and got extremely hard to find and sold out. This is kind of the bridge between Man on the Moon 2 and Man on the Moon 3. Oh my god. Mike is just, I believe, just taking the lead. It's hard for me to keep track with what's happening right now, but Mike and Ryan should add 30% on to each donation from now. I mean, maybe they are. Maybe that is 30% on top of what they wanted to donate. Honestly, we don't know. The only problem with this record, I got it for a significant discount. But there's like there's a spine kind of split, unfortunately. I don't think this is overrated. I know Scott just said that it's hidden in the comment for some reason, but I think it's not trash. It's not his best, but I've become such like a obsessive Kid Cudi fan since Kids See Ghosts reinvigorated me that I had to have it all. Ryan, I feel like you're definitely going to get a prize. I mean, for everything that you've contributed, even if you're acquiescing to Mike's championship, you have earned yourself something, without a doubt. All right. How are there still so many, though, is the question. How is there still so many? You're done, but you fought hard. Unless Ryan's lying right now and he's waiting to the very end just to slide in that last super chat. This right here is one of my favorite Hammock albums. It is Oblivion Hymns, and it's actually the test pressing of it, which I got for the same price the regular version goes for. So this was an awesome Discogs find. This is one I am talking about in a video. Alright. We're getting closer, guys. These are more... If you remember earlier in the stream, I talked about Maru Mari, like the IDM artist that influences Taiko. This is just something, I found them for like a couple... I'm starting to lose steam, guys. It's getting hard to keep up talking for 2.5 hours. Whew! Yeah, these are just, I don't know, IDM records that I wanted to explore. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, let's keep going. Okay, another awesome Vaporwave record. Look at that beautiful foil on the front, rainbow foil. This is R23X, as we talked about before. OST1.rar, great record. For show. What else we got? Oh, this is really cool. If you guys haven't heard Altin Gun, Altingun. I picked up both of their records. Just extremely good, kind of like I guess they say it right here, disco pop and gritty psych. Turkish disco pop. Man, these are really good. I cannot recommend how catchy these are. Just please go listen to them. Altin Gun, both albums. Just stellar. Stellar music. Alright, we have not that many left. Hold on. Okay, I lied. We have some more left. this is it. I think that this pile is it. So we're in the home stretch, guys. My thermostat doesn't say how warm it is in here, but boy is it warm. Whew. Unbelievable. The things I do for good sound quality, right? Like, come on. I can't pull it out. This is Guster Lost and Gone Forever. This is the second variant of it they ever did. And it's on Rainy Blue vinyl. Again, one of my favorite bands, favorite albums. I wanted to double dip and get both versions of it. All right. These are 3 records I got for significantly less than what they go for on Reddit. This is Vic Spencer, A Smile Killed My Demons, and Soul Assassin's Dia del Assassinato, limited to 100, DJ Muggs. Just, again, if you guys like underground hip-hop, those are fantastic. Guys, we gotta speed this bullet to heaven right now, because I think I need a shower or something. All right, what do we got here? Another Vaporwave record. This is Melonade. Melonade self-titled. Melonade. Comes with an Obi strip. Very cool. Oh man, this one's... I hate when they... I know it's extra protection, but man, it's difficult to open these ones that get like taped to the cardboard. I'm always afraid of like. Oh, this is actually very cool. So this is if you guys like Comedy Bang Bang, this is Creek Slam Sit. It is, I believe, a tribute to Harris Whittles, who was an executive producer, or a producer on Parks and Recreation. And this is a live podcast they did with Chelsea Peretti, Adam Scott, Scott Aukerman, and Harris Whittles before he passed away. And it's just, I love those actors. And I mean, Adam Scott's one of my top 5 actors probably of all time. So I wanted to grab this to support the Harris Whittles Foundation. Tragic loss. He should not have passed away, unfortunately. Another one of those scenarios where it's just like a tragedy that could have been prevented. Hopefully, should have been prevented. But this was one of my favorite hip-hop albums back in college, and not because of I Love College, which is the song on here. Asleep in the Bread Aisle by Asher Roth. Larka My Go-Kart is an incredible album opener. It really sets the tone. This is a goofy, bouncy, fun, relatable hip-hop record, and it finally got its first ever vinyl pressing. I believe it's on gold vinyl. Asher Roth brings me back to my college days if I listen to this, which I will. All right. The new Rammstein album. I really love Rammstein. I have the box set. They're one of my favorite metal bands. Again, they were from my childhood, and I've enjoyed them ever since. I really hope to go see them when they tour this in the U.S. supposedly next year. I heard a rumor. It's just, they're so good. And the new album is kind of like the best pieces of all the ones before it. So it's almost like a nice retrospective in a way. And then I picked up this, which I believe there might be another record of hers in this last pile, but Lisa Hannigan, At Swim. Lisa Hannigan is, she was one of the voices on the new National album, and I fell in love with her voice, and I decided to go back into her music. This is actually produced by Aaron Dessner of the National. This one's not that hard to find, but if the other one is in here like I think it is, the other record is extremely hard to find, and hopefully it's in this pile, or I never got it, but, let's see. Oh, it's literally the next one I opened. Would you look at that? This is Lisa Hannigan's other record that's very hard to find called See So. Yeah, I mean, everything, her voice is amazing. And I happened to see this pop up on Discogs for something like $40. It normally goes for triple digits, if not more. And because she is involved with the new national record, like I said, I fell in love with her music, and I'm very excited to spend more time with it on wax, of course. All right, we're getting close, guys. We're getting close. Everclear, World of Noise. This was, I think, their first record? First or second. I always liked Everclear, and Ryan's getting really confused about the C. So yeah, dude, that was just a lucky Discogs grab. I saw Art Alexakis do a live show, kind of like a solo thing recently, and this is a band that I loved growing up, never really spent a lot of time with, and since seeing him do his live thing, it really inspired me to listen to more of their stuff. And World of Noise is a great record. I think Patrick is the one who sold this to me on Discogs, because I bought it. He was like, "Are you Matt from Too Many Records?" And I was like, "Guilty." But yeah, this is before they became super poppy. But man, like, I'm excited to give it a listen. It's an early pressing, I believe, too. You can kind of tell because there's a promo hole cut in it. But yeah, Everclear is underrated. I don't remember how much. Patrick, do you remember how much it was when you sold it? I forget. All right, hold on. These boxes are getting a little unruly, to be fair. This one is Denzel Curry's Imperial. Denzel Curry's Imperial is one of his first albums that was not, I think, a mixtape. If you guys, everyone knows Denzel Curry now because Vinyl Me Please really put him on the map with his album. Was it Taboo? Was it called? And then his new album Zoo. He was pressed like everywhere. So yeah, this is the first colored vinyl pressing of it. It is on Yellow Swirl Acid, limited to 500. I'm not sure if it's sold out yet, which is bonkers to me because it's such a good record. All right, guys, look how much we've made through. Look how much we've made through. Like, this is amazing. All right. This was an amazing grab, too. I'm so excited about this. This is a Mo-Fi pressing of Gets Gilberto. This album is what most people know João Gilberto from, Brazilian songwriter. And João Gilberto is one of my favorite musicians, period. He just passed away recently. Rest in peace. He makes some of the most beautiful, quiet, just simplistic bossa nova. And when he worked with Stan Getz, they came out with this amazing record. And I was waiting to find the Mo-Fi version for a good price, and eventually it just popped up for like, I think it was like $30, which is crazy because this usually goes for closer to $100. So again, another lucky Discogs grab. I don't always get lucky like that, but sometimes you do, you know? Sometimes you just get lucky. Oh, man. That's better. I've boxed myself in here. I don't know how I'm going to get out of this jungle of records. Oh, would you look at that? Folks, I have been waiting for this record for like a year and a half. I didn't think it was ever coming. This is J. Cole's KOD. Signed by J. Cole, kind of sloppy JC in the corner. People waited literally forever for this record to come in, and there were like 30 delays. Ultimately, what I'll say about J. Cole is that I think he's extremely overrated. I bought into the hype of this record when it came out, literally like 2 years ago. This pre-order went up, and I've listened to it since, and it's just not that great. Probably regret buying it, but I'll probably end up trading it or something to someone. I don't know. It was one of those things where I got swept up in the hype too much. All right. We are almost there. Another cool Discogs get. Not Discogs, sorry. Another cool Reddit get. This is Tycho's first album, past his prologue, which I own, but I don't own a copy signed by Scott. Just unbelievable that I now have this album, the new album, and Awake all signed by one of my favorite artists. If only I had Dive signed, that would be the ultimate. But yeah, this is really cool, and I'll probably, you know, maybe I'll give away my original Past His Prologue because it's such a good record. And this one is signed by the man himself. And what's weird is that this person included whatever this is, his Divine Grace. He put this book in with it. I don't know what this is. Very strange. Alright, hold on. I am running out of places to put records. That's for damn sure. Alright. If you guys could see the floor, you would laugh your asses off with the amount of stuff here. Okay, we have... Alright, you better watch your mouth when you're talking about the Father of the Bride, baby. Father of the Bride, Vampire Weekend, signed jacket. I bought the standard pressing that came with a signed jacket to get the signed jacket, and I'm going to take the signed jacket and I'm going to put it on my Spotify pressing because that's how you do vinyl. And yeah, this is one of my top 2 of the year, without a doubt. Very excited to have a signed jacket by my boy Ez. Final 4! We're down to the final 4, guys. We've done it. It's going to be almost 3 hours of a live stream, but we've done it, gosh darn it. And you guys have stuck with me the whole time. You guys are truly the coolest people ever. I really appreciate what's going on here. All kinds of stuff popping out of here. This is just another vaporwave artist. I heard this record and I liked it. Just like some trippy... I think the artist's name is Villain, V-I-L-L, like 4-I-N or something. Michael, I've hit a wall like an hour ago, man. It has been tough. One I'm showing off later. Sorry, that's a weak... Okay. This is actually very cool. This is a vaporwave album I will talk about for a moment. This is Dragon Ball Wave. It's basically Dragon Ball music inspired vaporwave by Metro. I love this record. I have the cassette of it, and then I found out they were doing a vinyl pressing, and I was like, excellent. Excellent! So I bought it. And the final one, I believe, unless I'm missing one in the pile, which is very likely. The final one is, you guessed it, more vaporwave. But this one's actually a cute story to end the live stream on, or to end the unboxing on. So I was about to order this record because I missed I think it was a Crates campaign, and I missed it. It sold out. And I bought it for a very reasonable price on Discogs. And the guy goes, "Are you Matt from Too Many Records?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Dude, I'm not going to charge you for this record. I love your videos. I'm going to just send it to you for free," which was so unbelievably kind of him. But this is an album called Virtual Loneliness. And it's by Nobody. Or no, sorry, Nothing. It's by Nothing. So many names to keep track of. Very good vaporwave record, and very kind of that guy. If you're in this live stream right now, I don't know if you're in here right now, but thank you for supporting. Oh my god! We did it, guys. We did it. We opened up dozens of records together, and you guys stuck around for all of it. The super chats have been insane, but I think you guys need to give a shout out for yourselves. You guys are the real MVPs for just sticking with me for this entire almost 3-hour live stream. It is going to be a nightmare to string this together and cut out the bad stuff and leave the interesting stuff for the Wednesday video, but you will be able to relive it. I'm going to try to cut down 3 hours of content to 20 minutes or less of video. It's not going to make any sense. It's going to be really fast, and it's going to be funny. But yeah, I think this is the part, unless there's anything final to say, if there's any final super chats, if someone wants to super chat like $400 right now to take the lead, I'm just kidding. I know that's not realistic, but as of now, Mike Alexander is the winner. Ryan is also a winner, and the two of them are going to get some cool stuff from me. There's the other contest I mentioned, which I'll talk about more in the Facebook group, and I'll post an Instagram post about it, so make sure you're following me on all social media so you don't miss out on that. And last chance to buy some merch. If you haven't yet, I don't know if it was linked in the chat. Let me link it real quick before it's too late. But if you guys buy a shirt or a hat, you're going to get a free pin with it if you buy it in the next like 30 minutes. So check out that link. This has been super fun, guys. I got to tell you before you all leave, there's a lot of incredible stuff coming your way. Video-wise, I'm going to be doing a room tour. I'm going to be doing a video about how I move the records. And then I'm doing this amazing series about my favorite albums of all time that I'm going to slowly disseminate over the next 6 months in a series of videos that I think you guys will really appreciate. It'll be a great way to kind of get a direct main line into my music taste as opposed to it being scattered across 400 plus videos. So thank you guys. I am exhausted. I'm going to figure out how to navigate out of this, and I am going to start editing this as soon as I hop in the shower. So thank you guys for coming to the live stream. This has been amazing. If you're not subscribed to Too Many Records, please make sure you do so. And if you are subscribed, which most of you are, make sure the notification bell is turned on. I know it's annoying when people say it, but you will miss uploads that I put up if you don't have the notification bell turned on. So thank you again to everyone. Especially thank you to Ryan and Mike. You guys are the MVPs. We'll be doing some more regular live streams down the road. They won't be quite as long as this. But yeah, thank you guys for everything. And have a good rest of your Sunday.